In the profound wisdom of Buddha, one finds the words, "Attachment leads to suffering." Today, we delve into one of life's most complex challenges, how to love without attachment. The essence of this wisdom lies in understanding that attachment, at its core, is a deep-seated emotional tie to something or someone. It's that tether that keeps us bound to our desires, our possessions, our relationships. It's a bond that, while comforting and familiar, can often lead to a state of suffering when change inevitably occurs. Why suffering, you ask? Well, the world by its very nature is in a constant state of flux. Seasons change, people grow, and nothing remains static. When we form attachments, we're essentially trying to hold on to a moment, a feeling, or a person, and prevent them from changing. But life doesn't work that way, does it? The tighter we hold on, the more we resist the inevitable, the more we suffer. Buddha's teachings encourage us to embrace the flow of life, to accept the impermanence of all things. When we do this, we can experience love in its purest form, a love that is free from the chains of attachment, a love that simply is. Over the course of this video, we'll explore the concept of attachment as explained in Buddha's teachings. We'll delve into the impermanence of life and how it relates to relationships and love. We'll discuss what it means to love without attachment and offer practical steps towards achieving non-attached love. And finally, we'll address some common challenges and misconceptions about practicing non-attachment. Our journey today isn't just about understanding a philosophical concept, it's about gaining insights that can help us navigate our relationships with more serenity and less suffering. It's about learning to love freely and fully, without the fear of loss or change. So, what does it mean to form attachments, and how do they lead to suffering? Let's unravel this together as we embark on this exploration of love, attachment, and the serenity of detachment. Attachment, as Buddha taught, is a powerful bond that can lead to suffering. It's like reaching out to grasp the wind. It's not tangible, and yet it has a profound effect on us. Imagine a child with a favorite toy. The toy brings comfort, familiarity, and joy. It's not just a plaything, but a source of security. This is an early example of attachment, and it's not inherently negative. However, as we grow older, our attachments become more complex and can sometimes lead to pain. We attach ourselves to people, to places, to ideas. We attach ourselves to the past and the future, often forgetting to live in the present. These attachments, while they can bring temporary happiness, can also cause suffering when they are lost or changed. Consider the story of the monk and the teacup. The monk loved his teacup dearly. He used it every day, admiring its beauty and the way it perfectly held his tea. But one day the cup broke. The monk was not upset though. Why? Because he knew the cup was already broken. He understood the impermanence of all things, and so he loved the cup without attachment. Buddha taught that the root of suffering is attachment. We suffer because we cling to things that are impermanent, things that are, in essence, already broken. We tie our happiness to these things, and when they change or disappear, we are left feeling empty and lost. But it's not just about understanding attachment. It's about recognizing it in our lives and learning how to love without clinging. It's a journey of self-discovery and mindfulness. It's about realizing that while we can't control the world around us, we can control how we react to it. Now that we understand attachment, let's delve into the impermanence of life. Scene script. Life, like the seasons, is ever-changing. This impermanence is a fundamental aspect of Buddha's teachings. Impermanence, or anicca, as it's known in Buddhism, is the belief that all things, including the self, are constantly changing, and that denial of this fact leads to suffering. It's a powerful concept, one that can seem intimidating at first, but it is also a liberating one. Imagine for a moment a beautiful cherry blossom tree in full bloom. Its beauty is captivating, but it's also fleeting. Soon the petals will fall and the tree will stand bare once again. This cycle of blooming and wilting is a part of its existence, of its very nature. Similarly, our lives are also in a state of constant flux. We change, we grow, we evolve, and so do our relationships. We meet people, we form bonds, we part ways. It's a dance of coming together and drifting apart, a dance that is as old as life itself. Just like the cherry blossom, love too is subject to change. It blossoms, it changes, it evolves, and sometimes it fades. This doesn't make it any less beautiful or any less valuable. In fact, it is this very impermanence that makes it precious. Understanding this can be a game changer in how we approach love. It can help us embrace the beauty of the moment without clinging to it. It can teach us to love fully, without fear of loss or change. It can guide us to form meaningful connections without the crippling pressure of forever. But it's not always easy. Embracing impermanence requires courage, acceptance, and a willingness to let go. It requires us to challenge our deeply ingrained beliefs about love and attachment. It asks us to venture into the unknown, to embrace uncertainty, and to find comfort in the fleeting nature of life. Impermanence can be a difficult concept to grasp, but it is key to understanding how to love without attachment. And as we continue this journey, we will delve deeper into this concept and explore practical ways to love without clinging, to cherish without possessing, to appreciate the ephemeral beauty of love and life. Because in the end, it's not about holding on, it's about letting go. Can we truly love without attachment? Let's explore this intriguing concept. Love is a beautiful, transformative force. It's an emotion that fills our hearts with joy, gives us a sense of purpose, and makes us feel connected to others. But often, love is intertwined with attachment, and that's where the challenge lies. You see, attachment is like a chain that binds us to people, objects, or outcomes. It's a craving for permanence in an impermanent world. It's the fear of change, the fear of loss, and the fear of uncertainty. It's the voice in our head that insists on holding tight, even when everything in our being tells us to let go. But let's pause for a moment. What if we could love without this chain? What if we could love freely, deeply, without the fear of loss? This is the concept of non-attached love, a profound philosophy rooted in the teachings of Buddha. Non-attached love is not about indifference or detachment. It's not about avoiding connections or relationships, quite the opposite. It's about loving fully, but without clinging. It's about appreciating the beauty of the moment without the anxiety of what might come next. It's about giving without expecting anything in return. Picture a bird in flight. It soars through the sky, free and unencumbered. It doesn't cling to the air, yet it's completely immersed in its flight. This is the essence of non-attached love, to be completely immersed in the act of loving without clinging to the person, the moment, or the outcome. But how can we practice non-attached love? Firstly, we need to understand and accept the impermanence of life. Everything changes, nothing stays the same. Relationships evolve, people grow, circumstances shift. When we truly grasp this, we can start to let go of our attachments. Secondly, we need to cultivate mindfulness. Being present in the moment allows us to appreciate the beauty of now, without worrying about the future or clinging to the past. And finally, we need to practice compassion, both towards ourselves and others. Compassion helps us to understand, to forgive, and to let go. It's a gentle reminder that we are all interconnected, yet independent. Love without attachment is not an easy path, but with practice, it is achievable. It's a journey of self-discovery, of growth, and of liberation. It's an invitation to experience love in its purest form, free, expansive, and infinite. So as we navigate the complexities of love and attachment, let's remember the wisdom of Buddha. Attachment leads to suffering, and let's aspire to love not with chains but with wings. How do we practice non-attached love in our daily lives? Here are some practical steps. First, cultivate mindfulness. By being present in the moment, we can appreciate our loved ones for who they are right now, not who we want them to be or fear they might become. This fosters genuine admiration and compassion rather than possessive attachment. Second, practice gratitude. Expressing gratitude for the love and beauty we experience helps us appreciate the transient nature of life. It's like watching a sunset. We don't mourn its passing, but rather appreciate the beauty it imparts in the moment. Third, foster self-love. The more secure we are within ourselves, the less we need to cling to others for validation or happiness. Spend time nurturing your interests, your passions, and your spiritual growth. Fourth, understand the difference between love and attachment. Love is selfless and freeing. It uplifts and inspires. Attachment, on the other hand, is possessive and restrictive. It's about me and my needs, not about the well-being of the other person. Fifth, practice letting go. This doesn't mean pushing away the people we love, but rather releasing the need to control or possess them. It's about accepting that people and circumstances change, and that's okay. Let's consider an example. Imagine you're a bird watcher. You marvel at the beauty of a bird in flight, but you don't try to cage it. You appreciate the bird for what it is in its natural state. That's non-attached love. Now, these steps are not a magic formula. They require practice and patience, and they can be challenging as they go against our habitual patterns. While these steps provide a guide, it's important to remember that challenges may arise. But with mindfulness and commitment, we can cultivate a love that is free, fulfilling, and truly unconditional. A love that doesn't cling but frees. A love that doesn't possess but appreciates. A love that is not about me but we. And that, dear friends, is the essence of non-attached love. Practicing non-attachment does come with its challenges. Let's discuss some common ones. The first is misunderstanding the concept. Non-attachment doesn't mean we stop caring or disconnect from the world. Rather, it's about experiencing life fully, without clinging to or resisting what comes our way. The second challenge is the fear of loss. We fear that non-attachment means we'll lose what we love. But remember, non-attachment is about understanding the changing nature of life. It's not about forcing loss or separation. Another common challenge is the misconception that non-attachment is a state of indifference or lack of emotion. Far from it. Non-attachment allows us to experience emotions while understanding they do not define us. They come, they go, and we remain, undisturbed at our core. Despite these challenges, the path to non-attached love is one of profound growth and inner peace. Today, we have journeyed through Buddha's teachings on love without attachment. A love that is pure, selfless, and unburdened by the fetters of desire. We've understood the nature of attachment, a deep-seated human habit that often leads to suffering and the impermanence of life, a fundamental truth that everything changes, nothing ever stays the same. We've explored the concept of non-attached love, a profound form of affection that respects the transient nature of life. We have also shared practical steps to cultivate such love, steps that encourage mindfulness, acceptance, and compassion. And we've addressed challenges you may face on this path, offering solutions rooted in wisdom and understanding. The journey towards love without attachment isn't easy, but it's a journey worth taking. It leads us to a place where love blossoms freely, unencumbered by expectations or fear of loss. As we conclude, we leave you with a thought-provoking question. How will you practice love without attachment in your life? We hope this exploration of love without attachment has provided you with valuable insights. As we navigate through life's complexities, it's crucial to remember Buddha's teachings that remind us to cherish our relationships while understanding their transient nature. If you found this content valuable, we encourage you to engage with us. Share your thoughts, experiences, and ideas in the comments section below. Your input helps us create content that resonates with you, and it also fosters a community of like-minded individuals seeking to journey through life with wisdom and compassion. To delve deeper into these philosophies, we've provided resources in the description below that you might find beneficial. These include readings, online forums, and other materials that further explore the concept of love without attachment. And finally, if you haven't already, do consider subscribing to our channel for more enlightening content. Thank you for joining us on this journey. Until next time, remember, love deeply but hold lightly.